Hey, I'm Ingrid Brown, and welcome back to America on 18 Wheels. Today, as you can tell, you're going to go, what in the world is going on? Well, today we're going to be talking to an amazing lady that is with the Women in Trucking Association and is the director of driver engagement. You're going, okay, so like, does she recruit? Whatever. Let's get into that. I want to welcome you, and I call her Andi, of course. Andi Adeyanju.
Very well. Yay. She did it, you
Yay! We've been
guys.
working on this. Yes.
Yes.
Good morning. Good morning. I want to start off by saying Andy came to us with Women in Trucking with a 10-year history in the industry. Andy also is certified with FMCSA compliance and safety. She has been around the industry forever. She's well known in government for ride alongs and scheduling those, but as well, she works with us, the drivers. That is a huge thing. And I wanted her to come on today and one, so you know who she is and you can reach out and go, hey, I want to be a driver, because that is the mission of Women in Trucking, is to show you that you too can do what I do and what millions of other people do in the country. I think like 4.7 million.
To be exact,
Andy,
yes.
welcome. Yes,
Thanks.
welcome.
I'm so
Welcome.
glad to be here.
We didn't color match, but you know what? I don't know that we all get the memos when we're together.
Right? Right? You could have called me ahead of time. You could have called me, but that's okay.
This is true. I think we're pretty cool. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Women in Trucking. We are so happy and glad to have you with us and what you're doing. You just come on board several months ago.
Correct.
Uh, what made you come to Women in Trucking?
I
You wear
just
a lot of hats. So how did you decide to hang those hats at Women in Trucking?
I love what I do. I love safety. I love compliance. I love all those things. But I want to make a bigger impact in the industry to encourage, equip, and bring women into the industry ultimately. And so I'm very passionate about the industry as a whole for everybody. And so this was just a great opportunity and I just took it. So here I am.
Absolutely. And I want to say, you're from Sulphur Springs, Texas, right above Dallas,
Yes.
below the Tex, the Arkansas line there. And I used to, that was my stopping spot, because either I could park over in the parking area or I could go eat Arby's at the Pilot.
That's
So,
correct. That's correct.
yeah, yeah. So it's a well-known place to drivers. So it brings to you where, it's an area of travel that many of us travel, and the travel is there.
Yep.
Let's get into some of the things that's going on with you and Women in Trucking. And one I want to start with, and that brings more women, and a really great reason is one of the programs is Lead Her Mentoring.
Yes, yes. Lead Her Mentorship is just a great program. It's a it's an 8-month program where women are linked together with another mentor and they walk along life together. So each month you're talking about a different topic, whether that's finances on the road or safety on the road or how to do pre-trips in the cold, just different tools that you can get around your belt to be better equipped for being out on the road. And a lot of the time you don't want to ask the question to your employer or something like that. You need somebody just to come alongside you and just be there, right? And so this gives an opportunity to have just a fellowship, a network of people just to say, hey, I'm struggling with this, or hey, I had this victory in this, let's celebrate. It's just that camaraderie that's just great. And Lead Her Trucking is just outstanding. And we have a pod happening in September and we are looking to fill it. So we have 15 spots available. So if anybody's interested in being a part of that mentorship program. Yes, ma'am.
You're the perfect person for this because you are such a hands-on with us. I mean, you take phone calls at 11 o'clock at night.
I do.
Believe me, I know how this works. I mean, you have the guidance, whether it's somebody, uh, and we spoke yesterday briefly about, you had a lady that contacted you that She didn't know what she wanted to do with her
Yes,
life.
yes, yes. Okay, so let me tell you about that. There's a really great story. So she was out of Washington, no, Oregon. It doesn't really matter. Pac Northwest, whatever. And she sent us a letter. She sent Women in Trucking a letter, and she just said, I'm thinking about making a change. I'm not sure what I want to do. I have a lot of questions. Maybe you could answer those questions. So if somebody could call me back. So I called her and I talked to her and I'm like, I don't have the answers that she needs, but I know somebody who does. And so I connected her with Jody Edwards from JB Hunt, who was part of our image team. And she called her and was able to answer all of her questions. And then I get a call back from the lady just to tell me how appreciative she was that Jody took the time to answer her call, to answer her questions, and they started a new relationship, being able to walk through getting her CDL and getting her out on the road. So I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I've not been a part of the program yet, and I haven't extended myself in this. So that spot that you have open, I want it. I want in of being able to be a mentor.
Yay! Woo
And
woo!
I'm,
Ingrid's going to be a
yeah, I
mentor.
mean, I look at it as not just being the mentor, but I'm looking at the friendships. I'm looking at
Help.
this lady is
Yes.
my age. I mean, it's kind of like I could share being 60
Yeah,
and
yeah,
this
yeah.
working.
Hmm.
You know, oh yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. You have all my information. Sign my line.
All right.
Yes,
All right.
that's
Thanks.
awesome. Absolutely.
Yay!
You know, another area that you also touch is the Girl Scouts. Now we're going from age difference in
Oh, yes.
areas, but I think it's just such a neat thing, and I think you've taken that over. And for people that don't know, the Girl Scouts have now a transportation patch that they can earn by learning about transportation,
Yep.
all the areas, not just truck driving, but it brings them into
That's correct.
seeing what the career and they may can do in the future. But earning that teaches them about transportation. What all do you do with that, and how can anybody get involved?
Okay, so I'm like the connector again. I mean, that's just, I guess maybe my title should be the connector. So so I connect our women in trucking corporate members with a local Girl Scout troop, and we create an event. And so, like, our most recent event was up in Indiana with Cummings. And so we organized that event. So the Girl Scouts of Indiana came out to Cummings facility and they were able to go through a simulator. They were able to touch a truck. They were able to go sit in a truck and honk the horn and do all the wonderful things. They got to go around with a technician and do a pre-trip with a technician. So what they're looking at when they're doing a PMA or a PMB, which is, for those who don't know, it's a preventative maintenance. So it was just really interesting for them to their ability to walk through all of those processes, as well as talk with the dispatcher, and they got to talk with the sales rep. And so just learning the whole supply chain as a whole, how it all connects together, and just seeing, what impact they can make. So, yeah, if you're interested, again, Andrea at womenintrucking.org is my email. So just let me know you're interested in hosting a Girl Scout event and we can work everything out. You can go to our WIT Mall to order the patches as well as the books. It's just like a little coloring book, activity book, so you can kind of have something for the girls as well. So it's just really, really great. I love what we do with the Girl
Oh,
Scouts.
I think it's great reaching to the younger ones, especially starting them out at that age to where they can have more of a decision of what they want to do career wise later on. I mean, they may want to be the CEO of JB Hunt, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But first, I want to tell you how I fit in with you, Andy, is I'm one of your image team members. Now, a lot of people are
Yes,
like,
ma'am, you
image
are.
team members, does that mean like, you're the image? Well, we're a whole lot more than that. And we were actually formulated, or did I say formulated? That wasn't a word. We're formed in 2015, and the inaugural team was 5 of us. And I'll be honest, I put my application in, and when I did, I called Lana and Ellen, and I said, I'm not sure this is going to work because all these are big corporations, and I own Roland B LLC, and it's me and this big truck sitting in the driveway. So I'm not sure that I have enough to give. And I'm going with this to the point that you don't have to have a big mega fleet, a big corporation, a big
That's right.
sponsor to participate
That's
and
right.
to be a part of the. And I call these ladies elite because amazing people that are on this group.
That's a good word.
Yes.
That's a good word.
So
That's a good
when they
word.
called my name, my little brother was sitting beside me, and he was sitting beside Jeff from Walmart. And I literally grabbed my brother's leg, jumped over him, and literally fell over Jeff, screaming because I'm like, no, it can't be happening. But it did happen. So,
I love that.
image team. Let's touch base because
Oh
the
gosh.
next thing is really going to bring to light some of this work and stuff because it's one of our really cool things. Image team. What do we do?
Okay. Well, the Image team are just a group of fantastic women that just I'm honored to work with them. They're passionate and knowledgeable about the industry. They have a positive voice about getting women inside the industry, and they're from all areas of trucking, not just drivers. We have some drivers, we have some compliance, we have an owner of a CDL college, human resources, the whole gamut. I mean, it's really encompassing, not only in the United States, but also up in Canada. So it's really great that we have such a diverse group. But this diverse group gives deeper understanding to the general public about the struggles, the victories, the ins and outs of transportation from a woman's perspective. And it's really great. It's really great. They do ride alongs, they do media interviews, they do some mentorship, they do background work for authors on books. I mean, you name it, product. They review products before they get installed in pieces of equipment. It's just great. They're just a dynamic individual group of individuals that I get to work with. They're great.
Well, I'm honored to be a part of the image team, but I'm honored more so to work with you and all these ladies. Uh, I can reach out to so many of them because I mean, it doesn't matter how long I've been out here, I still have questions. And every
Yeah,
one of them either have the answer or can guide me to somebody who has it. So it's an amazing
that's correct.
group of women. And I think that anybody that needs anything, go to the womeninTrucking.org and click on image team. And there's somebody that you can connect with. We all come from
Yep.
all walks of life, and
Yep.
one may not be your cup of tea, and you're gonna find somebody that fits what area you are. Reach out to us. We love it. Okay. Here's the cool thing: is we have something called WITney. And everybody's like,
Yay.
okay, WITney must be a driver or whatever. No,
Negative.
WITney is
Negative.
our just, like, how do you say? She is amazing. WITney is literally a trailer, like you pull behind a truck.
Yeah.
You can't miss her. The graphics on WITney are just, like we said yesterday, WITney is a superhero. And there's nothing that, as she shows, women can't do. She is that support to look at that the sky's the limit. But there's special things about WITney. And I am not going to be the one to tell it because this is your baby girl. So, and there's some of the things you've done with WITney, and let's go there.
Okay, so WITney is our educational trailer, and it's the first of its kind exhibit with premier tools inside to educate members and the general public about women inside the trucking industry. In the front of the trailer, there is a three different kiosks where you can take some safety videos or a DNA test to see if you have what it takes to be a truck driver, because not everybody does. But you can take that. And then on the other side is our timeline from when we started with women, when Ella and Voya started Women in Trucking to present. And it's just a great timeline just to kind of show the growth of women inside the industry and the impact that we've made going forward. So it's really, really great. And then we have Her Stories, which is another 3 kiosks where we talk about, they're like little vignettes of women inside the industry, about the lifestyle that it takes, able to have a work-life balance. And it's just walking everybody through those vignettes. And then at the very back, which is like everybody's favorite part, complete, is the simulator. And it's full functioning. So you get on it and the chair moves with you as you make turns, as you start, as you crash. It's kind of a great interactive tool. And it's kind of funny to watch people drive on the simulator. And you're like, maybe you shouldn't be a truck driver. No, it's usually the 4-year-olds that have the big problem because they don't change.
And they can't reach the pedal.
No. So it's fun, but it's great. It's a great opportunity for families and to actually be put in a safe space to where they can drive a truck, and just to see if that's something that they want to do in the future or not. We've had several events throughout the summer that we've been able to be a part of, and it's just great. I love seeing people walk through the trailer into the simulator and then say, you know what, I can do this.
Exactly. And the deputy administrator, Robin Hutchinson, she did it up in Match. And
that's right.
Yeah, I mean, so everybody takes a turn. I don't care if you're a driver. We love to even get on the simulator. It's educational. So the events that have happened here, and you spent a week in Arkansas, and you were at JB Hunt, and that was amazing because we saw, Shelly brought her 2 girls out, and they all experienced the simulator and the trailer and the day. And you went to Walmart, and I'm not even, here we go. This is another area that is amazing to hear this story.
So WITney took a long time to get finished, and it just did. There were just so many moving parts. And so she was finally completed at the beginning of June, with all wraps being complete. Everything was done. And so we were able to take her out for a full week out in Arkansas, which was absolutely fantastic. It was a great time. I was able to work with 2 dynamic individuals from our image team, Miss Allison Hay and Carol Nixon, who both work for Walmart. They're dynamite. They're just dynamic.
Yes, absolutely.
Darlings. They're just amazing. I love them. Anyway, so we were able to start at Walmart, and we're at Walmart, and we're just having people walk through, and Carol and Allison and Deb Labrie are showcased inside the trailer on one of the walls because they represent that dovetail workwear. So anyway, so everybody was coming and taking a picture with the mural on the back, and then they realized that Allison and Carol were actually on site. They were just somewhere else at the moment. And so then they're like, we're going to take double pictures of you. So it was really, really fun just to watch Walmart people just get really excited about it and just love on it. And they were able, I think we had like 160 people come through at Walmart. It was really, really great just to see the associates have a better understanding from the dispatcher's perspective of what happens on the road for the drivers. So that was really, really great. And so then day 2, we went over to JB Hunt, and that was, again, another opportunity where we had back office come down and go through the trailer. So these are your engineers, your dispatchers, your brokers, human resources, recruiting. All of those people came through, and it was just really interesting to watch them all gravitate towards a simulator. And they're like, oh, now I understand that why they can't always park where I want them to park. Or, it's just kind of that eye-opening experience because I didn't realize how long, they conceptually they know, but they don't actually know until they can kind of see
Exactly.
it in a simulator situation. So it was really, really good. And then Shelly Shelly came down with Andrea Lewis, and that was just a hoot and holler and mess. It was great. Shelly's nervous. She had to take her jacket off because she was like, I've got to get in this. I've got to go. I'm going to drive it well. And I've got to teach my girls they can do it too. And Andrea Lewis is there singing on the side. Just, I can't drive until you sing. And so it was great. It was great. The simulator, we just had a good time. It was a great time.
I want to ask you this. For me, and I've seen so many people say, I have to turn the radio down when I'm really looking for a road or a street or watching certain traffic stopped or something.
Right?
So did they think they needed to quit singing whenever they started like really getting in maneuvers? But yeah, I
But you can see it, right? Like Shelly's like
yeah,
that's totally Shelly, and it
that
was it
yes,
was great. It was a great
yes.
experience for
I got to
her
see her for
and
a few
us.
minutes in Arkansas in October at the Future Supply Chain and for
Right?
Freight Waves, and it was great seeing her. It's been a while, and yes, I could definitely see her. And yes, Andrea, I mean, it just yeah. Um, the graphics on WITney you can't miss, and
No, not at all.
there's also wrapped trucks, and that's Amelia, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So Schneider is one of our supporters, and they wrapped their tractor to match Whitney, and it looks great. And we call her Amelia, and she's great. And so we have Amelia and Whitney, and they're one and the same when they're connected. It's great, and just watching her drive down the road is a showstopper. I mean, she's literally a superhero holding a wheel because her mission is to redefine the road. And so that's what we do. That's Whitney and Amelia, and it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
Your engagement, that word fits you perfect in this. And I want to say I'm so honored and I'm so glad that you are where you're at and I'm exposed to all your engagement and your excitement and your knowledge. And I want to say thank you so, so much. I wanted today it to be an Andy day. I wanted it to be an Andy of women in trucking, not Women of Trucking's Andy. I wanted you because people should see the passion that you have and compassion, but the passion that you have for this industry, but for us as drivers. You give
Mhm.
100%, and thank you for all of that. And I can't wait to see where this future goes. And I plan on being on the ride with you, girlfriend. I'm gonna be
Whoop
right there.
whoop.
Yeah.
Right along. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. So, welcome aboard.
Yeah, I'm just so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to be a part of the team at Women in Trucking. And if you're not a member, join us. Join the family, join the sisterhood. We'd love to support you, equip you, challenge you, celebrate you. Just join us. Womenintrucking.org.
Exactly. And guys, it's not just for women. You
That's
are
right.
just as welcome. We have men, and you have the full support. And listen, you get stuck with all of us women. That's the best part. So, again, Andy, thank you so much. I want to have you back because we have something very special happening in November. And I want to have that time with you about Accelerate because it's going to take a full show to do that. So, I'm
Yes,
hoping
sure.
and I'm asking you to come back with me.
Let me know when I'll be
That
available.
sounds great. Listen, thank you very much. Have a great day. And
You,
I'm so glad this worked out today. Thanks. I
you
appreciate you.
too. Bye
Love
bye.
you, girl. Bye.
Love you too.